Conversation with Nesha and Erica. Be there, man, you guys. Every Monday, 7:15 to 7:45. New video blog featuring Nesha and Erica. Conversation.
We live. Well, you know we can't rotate our phone. They just have to turn it.
Let's see how you looking. You look okay.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Come in.
Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my darling. How y'all feel?
Hi, Naomi Davis.
Hey, Naomi. Glad you can join us.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Newman. Gospel Radio Show. What's up? Glad you can join us.
Welcome.
I know you guys, you're going to have to rotate your phone. I'm so sorry. Our special guest, he's so big, we had to widen out our, he's famous. He's up there with the top notch of it. So we had to broaden out our viewing. So y'all rotate your phones. It's going to be all right. Just rotate. Look for us, find us. It's going to be all right. Hey,
Happy Monday, everybody.
Hey, Greg Mathis.
Hey, Greg. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody.
We have the one, the only Pastor Jason Meachum with us on
That's
tonight.
That's right. Hey, everybody.
For conversation.
What's up?
Y'all come on in, join or join out. Hey, Miss Phyllis Beverly. How are you guys doing this Monday? Your favorite day of the week.
It's Monday.
It's been a great week from Monday to Monday. It's been a fabulous week. Can't complain. God woke us up every morning, put food in our bellies. Children are okay.
Yes.
Song says it could be worse.
Now.
So true.
So you guys just give it up for another breath of life. Come on in.
Amen.
Who is that? Who we got? That's Nicholas Chin. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Nick.
So we were just up here rapping, let's first welcome everybody.
What we rapping about today?
Well, first of all, hey, Bernita. Let's let a few more people come in.
Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
Come on in the room. There's
Jesus
joy in the room.
is my doctor. Writes out all my scriptures.
Hey, Vanchelle.
Hey,
you guys, once again, rotate your phones.
Hello, guys.
We had to broaden our viewing area because we have a special guest, a very, very special guest. He is our family. He is our brother. He is literally our cousin, blood cousin. And he's family, you guys.
Yay.
So
welcome,
we had to
Jason.
rotate your phones. Hey, Marlon Stewart. Rotate your phones, everybody. So look, it's been a wonderful day.
Y'all
we want to welcome you guys too. Conversations. That's
Jason,
it.
you could have hit that bottom.
You
could have hit that
I'm
bottom.
gonna do it again.
You
Wait.
could have hit that bottom.
I didn't know where y'all was gonna be.
Okay.
Wait, we're gonna do that again. Wait a minute.
Jason.
Listen.
Okay.
Y'all ready again? Tiffany Water, you ready?
Yeah, she's ready.
Gayla, you ready?
You ready?
We want to welcome everybody to Conversation. Oh, man. Listen. Hey, guys. Hey, Elder Jason Meachum. Hey, Vicky. So, welcome you guys to Conversations. It has been a great Monday. How's everybody been doing? Just let's talk about that first.
Just working in the vineyard, trying to make heaven my home, basically. That's all I've been doing, out here doing my thing, just working, raising my kids.
That's it.
Giving God all the glory. How about you, Jason?
Living life.
Hey. Living life. That's all you can do is live it. If you're not living it, you're dead.
Yeah.
So listen, we're going to live life to the fullest.
Yes, Lord.
And we're going to chase after whatever God has for us.
Come on.
With no hesitation.
Come on.
We're glad. Jason, you guys said, all right. Woo! Come on, get in there.
We're glad Jason is with us on tonight. Most of you guys don't know, but this is our cousin.
Yes, it is.
He's actually our cousin. A lot of people go around saying that they're our cousins, but we've never met these people. But Jason is our cousin.
He's our cousin on my mother's side.
Yes.
So everybody knows all the Cortez family, but this Jason Meachum, he's our cousin on my mother's side. And we're just glad to have you
I'm
here.
glad to be here.
We're glad to have him here.
Hey,
We're excited about the conversation that we're talking about. We were literally sitting up here yapping away about preachers' kids and church hurt.
Wow. Because
That's
all something that we have in common.
Most definitely.
So true.
Being a PK and having to deal with the church hurt and the scrutiny that comes behind that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in. Y'all ready? What's up?
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Listen, I just want to say this, that being a PK for me was always about being in the background.
Now explain to them our dynamic as a family. Yeah. As far as our grandfather.
Now, most definitely. I mean, my grandfather was the pastor of a church. God rest his soul. He passed on. He was the grandfather of a church.
No, he was the pastor.
He
was the grandfather. He was the grandfather of the church. He was everybody's grandpa, honestly.
He was the pastor of our home church in Acres Home. When he passed it on to my uncle, who is now the residing pastor of my home church, Greater Faith Baptist Church. Also, my dad, who is the co-pastor, so he is alongside of my uncle. And then also my brother, he is a minister as well. Right. So it's all around. It's all around us. And you know what I've come to realize is that being a PK, being a UK, or whatever you want to call it, a GK, a grandkid of a. Right. Listen, I always was in the background. We always have to take a back seat to a lot of things. Well, because they tend to kind of cater to the outside. I mean, it's less about family and more about the people. Right. When it comes to being a PK, we have to take the back seat. I mean, do y'all agree?
I agree.
I do too. I mean, you actually, it seemed like you do a lot of work in the church. We definitely, of course, we have to sing, preach, pray.
Oh yeah.
We have to do it all.
I mean, we literally have learned to open the doors, close them. I mean, literally, we've been brought up in the church, and I tell you what, church people are some of the most judgmental.
Can be
people, especially when it comes to us. It's a lot of pressure, to be a PK.
Right,
it is.
What's your take on that, Jason?
My take on it is people want you to live to a standard that they can't live up to.
That's right. That they can't live up to.
They can't live up to. They put us on this pedestal, and it's okay for them to do whatever they want to do.
That's right.
Date who they want to date, sleep who they want to sleep with, do what they want to do. But the moment we do any of those things, we are crucified. Right. And I think the issue for us is, for me, like to your point, that really touched me. I got tired of seeing my dad be a superhero at the church and he don't talk to me when he get to the house.
But Jason, do you think because maybe he's tired because so many people pulling on him but I understand what you're saying.
I agree.
He does have a,
family.
A family.
That's right.
Family.
That's right.
Your priority should be a dad, but then I'm sure he was tired. So many people have pulled on him and pastor this, pastor.
But, for me, I feel like that is the person who would need him the most.
Right.
True.
It seemed like that is the person, if I say daddy, if I need my daddy, then, it's like, it's a, when I did some of my research, come on, you guys.
Asking a good question. I wanted to read that. Hold on.
That's Jason. Hey, everybody. We want to welcome you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to Jason's Live. We're just wrapping it up about being a PK and some of the church hurt that we've experienced growing up in church.
She says, a family of preachers and pastors, how did or does their expectations of lifestyle or living affect you?
Woo. Wow.
You want to take that one, Jason?
I'll take it.
Take it by force.
It can affect you, especially if when you're new to this and don't know, like being comfortable in you. Like I felt like I had to live this kind of lifestyle for the church. And then I would go home upset, not being happy with myself, but I was trying, I have to make this facade and this illusion so the church would be happy. And then I as I got older, I was like, let me just be good with me.
Yeah.
Let me be comfortable with what I do and how I feel. And so I stopped living by their expectations and started living by my own
That's
personal
right.
expectations.
And that's what you have to do anyway, because
Period.
at the end, God is going to judge who?
You.
Your own
And that's
personal
what-
journey.
I was just gonna say that, you know, you have to make sure that your relationship with God is intact.
Gotcha.
You know, not with man or their standards. You know, as long as you know that you and God have a relationship that's
Right.
unbreakable, then you're gonna be okay. Now, I do understand, you know, sometimes I find myself wanting to, you know, you find yourself wanting to ask so many questions to your pastor, but sometimes it's like,
It's hard
go
when your
to God
pastor
for
is your
yourself.
dad, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
When your pastor is your dad, your grandfather,
Right,
it's like you have to already know the word.
right.
You know, it's supposed to be in us. You know, we supposed to know it book by book. You know, but we have to learn too.
Right.
Our souls have to be fed too.
Right.
Even though you're my daddy, as a pastor, my soul has to be fed, and you have to be able to just be able to separate those things and be able to balance. You know, I remember. I mean, it's a lot of times. You know, talking about church hurt. You know, being a PK or just a child of the church, I've been honestly slapped upside the head, even as an adult, by some of the members because I grew up in the church.
Right.
They're so comfortable with me being little Nisha, and now as an adult,
Right.
they still treat me the same way.
Right.
So,
Do you feel that
Oh
way?
my God.
Come
Okay.
on.
Come on.
Oh
now.
my God.
and
I'm not little Erica.
and wait a
I'm
minute.
38.
but wait a minute. And then as an adult, I still can't say anything.
Right. Because you still have to be respectful.
I still can't say anything because you know what? They pay tithes. And you can't say anything. No, but this is the reality of, you know, PKs, we know a lot of the background stuff.
Right.
We know a lot of the stuff because we're in the home.
Yeah.
So
you
we
have
know a
to-
lot of
you
the
learn
stuff
politics.
that, hey, the politics of the church.
Yeah.
And we have to be quiet and we have to, you know, act right and we have to cross our legs. And
Right.
but
do you
we're
feel
still
like that,
human.
Jason? Do you feel like you've had to, like, kind of dumb down or not say something?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know your brother Devin.
Yeah.
I'm sure he feels the same way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I think the issue with us is, and let me tell you my dynamic.
Mhm.
So you can imagine, my dad got this church in
Yeah.
1983.
Uh-huh.
I was born in 82.
Okay.
So when he got to Starlight, I was 1 year old.
Starlight Missionary Baptist.
Starlight
Church.
Missionary Baptist Church. And
Oh,
they-
what's
What's
up?
Oh, baby.
Shout out to Starlight.
Starlight, thank you. And so this church saw me from 1 year old to now 37.
Come
Most
on.
definitely.
And so now it's Pastor Jason
Come
Most
on.
definitely.
and not little Jason.
Mhm.
Oh, that's just little Jason that played the organ. Little Jason that was on the usher board. Little Jason that was on the drill team. And so now I have to deal with that demographic that says, Jason, oh, I'm sorry, Pastor.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Because they still look at me as
A baby.
a baby.
But one thing about it, I'm gonna earn your respect.
Oh, yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's right. Because you have to make them respect you. Now,
Facts.
because I'm gonna earn your respect, I'm gonna still be, you know. But I'm a man. I'm your pastor.
Right.
You know, and we have to be able to distinguish.
Right.
You know, and because sometimes you just don't like that. But we still have to kind of, you know, take the back seat
And
and
you know what? I'm gonna take the back seat anyway. I will to a certain extent. You're not gonna push me into a corner because, like I said, I am grown. However,
Come on,
I
girl.
do try to be respectful to my elders and to people, like you said, that saw me grow up. But again,
somebody say they gonna
even
live
a
with
dog
us.
is due respect.
That's
So
right.
You're gonna respect me. You can talk to me like an adult, and then we can let this
Now let me
program
see.
roll.
Let me see. Have you guys ever dealt with any? Because you are a preacher's kid, have you ever dealt with any jealousy within the church?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm
Oh
sure,
my
yeah.
God.
Of course, yeah.
You deal with so much jealousy where people don't even like you. They don't know why they like you.
But you don't know what you're jealous of because
Right.
it's nothing to be jealous of.
I mean, but one thing about it, we were talking
Let's see
about.
what some people are saying.
We were saying how sometimes as
Yeah. Oh yeah, your people over here.
come on, let's read them. Let's
Listen,
read them.
she says, I think anytime you have a parent, this from Lovely Lynn, I think anytime you have a parent that's a pastor or works at church, the expectation is so high. Most definitely. You never grow up, and sometimes they can say anything and you can't clap back. Yes, ma'am. You
That's
never
right.
get a day off just to be yourself. Listen, Lovely Lynn, you are speaking today.
Lovely Lynn, yes.
Carrie Baker said, I look back as an older pastor and
Hey, Dexter Utley.
realize that I
Hey,
sacrificed my family for the church. Come on.
Yeah.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because I think for so long we took the text out of context because the first ministry was family.
Come on.
Yes.
The first ministry was family.
Most definitely.
And so I teach my kids now that I kind of wish my dad would have kind of taught. I put it in perspective, and I let them know y'all would never come second to the church.
Come on.
Right.
And so sometimes I can't be at every event.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't go to everything.
Right.
That's right.
And in some engagements, like my administrator knows right now, unfortunately, I don't get to see my kids every day, right?
Right.
So I get my kids on the weekends.
Right.
On those weekends
So
with
you
my
most
kids,
definitely right.
I don't book first, third, and fifth.
Right.
That's my weekend.
Right.
I don't take preaching
And you
engagements
know what?
because that's my time with my kids.
Most definitely.
And
That's
so
right.
I feel like if more of us would have balanced and stopped looking to, because we call,
Right.
but call to what extent?
Come on.
Exactly.
Because I realized this. I don't know if y'all can relate. The people I was running go save when it was my turn.
They ain't coming to check on you.
Amen.
They
Wall.
not coming to check on you.
And I sacrificed the people in my house that will be there for me
Right.
for the people that was going to be there for me for a second.
All
My
right.
mama used to say
Amen,
this
like-
saying that says sometimes you can pass up church going to church.
Oh yeah.
true.
And your kid might need you at home to put
Right.
a word into her or him, and you going to put now what was interesting what we was talking about before we started was how often do we let our kids stay home from church? Now this was a personal thing for us because honestly sometimes I am guilty of it, and my husband and I said we're doing better about that this year, but I have, because I grew up and because we sang and went to so many different churches,
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I sometimes, if my kids say, Mama, I don't want to go to church, I let them stay home.
It's just so funny that how we got drugged to church. And you know what? But I love church.
I do too.
When I was coming up, I loved
We had no choice but to love
church.
it.
I was
But
in the drill
sometimes did you
team.
not get tired of being a Cortez kid?
I got tired of being a Cortez kid, but
You got tired of it.
no, I don't, Lord. You
No,
gotta
I
watch
don't
what you
get
say.
tired. But I'm saying
gotta watch
what
what
I'm
you say.
saying. Yeah, but I got tired of every Friday night going to, I mean, y'all can see on the pictures, I had attitude sometimes. I'm like, I want to be at home watching
But at the
TV
end of the day, going to
I'm
church
glad.
saved me.
Right, most definitely.
Thanks.
Going to church saved me.
Kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
because if I don't know the Lord, I would still be where I was at.
Right, and wouldn't know
I wouldn't
nobody
have come
to call
back.
on. Right.
So drag your children to church. we
Please.
need to do better. Okay.
But we let them stay home. Why? Because
we feel like we know their agony.
Yeah.
You know, we feel like we know their agony.
Jason,
you know,
what did you say about your kids? You was like, you going again?
So my kids are a little unique because they see me in so many different facets. So they saw
Right.
me as a musician, they saw me as a singer, saw me as a pastor.
Right.
And so when I'm moving, they say, and so now they y'all pray. And now they ask questions like, "Are you singing? Are you playing?
what are you doing?
Are we after you sing? Can we leave?
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
preaching?"
Or you ask questions.
Right. These kids
Ask
ask
Because
questions.
daddy, if you plan, we'll
go.
We'll go.
Hey,
Preaching, I'm not going.
How long is the service gonna be? Are you the only speaker?
yeah. Listen, it's levels to this, okay?
Pray for preachers' kids, people.
Hey, pray for preachers' kids because they go through a lot.
Or like somebody said, any parent that works in the church, anybody, armor bearers, they have to be there.
But guess what? This is my favorite saying. To whom much is given,
Most definitely.
Yeah.
much is required.
That's a fact.
And if God gave you to a preacher man, he's requiring more of you. No, children,
Right.
really.
That's the truth.
She said, Erica, you would have
He's requiring more of us.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how great of a call we have.
Yes, most definitely.
Sometimes, yeah, daddy, are you going? Sometimes daddy don't want to go. Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't want to go. But the
But
call,
the call pulls you. Yes,
Yeah.
it
most
pulls
definitely.
us and we can't give it up.
Yes.
You know, it's like cutting off a leg. You
Right.
can't cut off my leg.
It's
You know, you that's something that we have to have. We have to release it.
But we have to realize that, as we got older, as adults, sometimes
Most
as
deaf.
children, children see their friends and, people going to, back in our day, it was chocolate town. I wanted to go
Oh,
see
yeah.
what chocolate town was about one time.
Yeah.
Come on,
But I was over here,
Coco.
come on. But I was over at Reverend Carrington's anniversary service singing. I mean, really.
We was on Willow.
But I thank God I was on
Singing
Willow
Chili
and Starlight singing Chili Win.
And literally,
I wanted to be a kid sometimes.
as teenagers, we were all singing while
Really.
other children were at skating rinks. But I
Yeah.
thank God.
I
That's
thank
so
God,
true.
man.
Literally,
I'm
man.
blessed.
So true. I do.
You know, and look, when I was doing some of my research, I looked up this guy. His name is Barnabas Piper. He has written a book, and it's called 7 Things a Pastor's Kid Needs from His Father. And it was interesting to me, and I jotted down a few. It said, first of all, a child needs a dad, not a pastor.
Right.
Okay. It also said
you said on that.
Right. It said that they need conversations and not sermons.
Wow.
They don't need to be preached to.
Yeah.
You know, they need love and compassion, and they need consistency. Just as the pastor gives the church, the child needs that much consistency. And one more, it says to give your child grace. Give your child the grace that God gives to you.
Come on.
Because we're so hard on them.
Yes.
They're extra hard on us.
Right.
So don't do that. Don't let them see you doing that. Cross your legs, you know. Make sure, you know, and we can't be children. Yeah. You know, and sometimes it's hard. And then that's why we grow up and rebel.
Right.
That's why they grow up and rebel. They have the preacher's kid syndrome is what they call it.
Wow.
And basically it's a stereotype.
Right.
Yeah. It's a stereotype.
Yeah. It is.
Even though it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate. But like you said, it's just because, you know, you do have a little bit of a hunger for like
for the other side of life.
Right. You just want to, you know.
Right. You know.
But I'm coming back.
But think about this. We on the stage.
We're on the stage.
So the only people that they can attack the most is the people that they see the most.
Most definitely.
And so because we always on the stage, that's the first thing, you know, back to your thing, much is given, much required. That platform brings a level of warfare that I don't think y'all talk about PKs. And I understand the level of warfare that comes with being a PK too.
Yes.
Something that y'all don't have to endure and deal with when you got deacons doing stuff to your dad and you got to look at this guy on Sunday morning like, bruh, I really
and
know.
Still be nice.
Like, hey,
I had a little thing.
Like,
right. Oh my God, that is so true. And
should I protect my kids from church conflict? If as a pastor, should I protect my kid from church conflict?
Because you end up not liking somebody, and that child not liking that same person, rolling their eyes at them, and you know, all kinds of stuff. Oh man,
just like you said, because we are preachers' kids. You go home and hear, you know, grown people talking. You're not supposed to be listening, but you can hear. You're like, well, wait a minute, why would you do that to my dad?
Right.
You know, and then you know, so I don't know. I feel two ways about that. But again, children need to stay in children's places.
Yeah.
True.
But
get out my mouth.
Right.
Get out.
I heard that every Sunday. Get out of my mouth.
Yes, I did too.
Right.
No, using that easy.
Right.
So, so I looked up some famous PKs.
Okay.
And so we got 6 over here. We got Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill is a PK, y'all. He's a PK.
That's why he said, my.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah, you can
tell. You also have the Braxtons.
Oh, yeah.
The Braxtons. Mm-hmm. You have Reverend Al Green, who also went on to be a pastor himself. Because it's already in it.
You can tell Reverend Al. You can tell.
Marvin Gaye. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, his father shot him.
Mm-hmm.
But
he was a preacher.
He was a preacher. It was saying where Marvin Gaye did not see him the same as he seen him in the pulpit. Hey, he said, so he just didn't click with him. He said, my father was not the same way he was at home in the pulpit. That's where some PKs get off track sometimes.
Right.
Because they may see a holy man in the pulpit and a hell of a man at home.
What did you say?
Hey.
He said it's hard to love people who you know hate your parents.
Come on.
Knowing all that your parents have.
Sacrifice. All for
Father.
them. I'm telling you.
Hey, y'all.
The truth, Reginald.
Reginald's he's a pastor in the city as well.
All right.
Reginald. His dad is a pastor, so he's a
cool.
PK.
PK, what's up?
So he knows exactly what we're talking
It's
about.
hard. I mean, especially if we were coming up, we were children.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're of this age and your daddy is older and you of age to know, say, man, you know, it's really hard.
Right.
You know, if your parent is of age, I mean, it's just hard all the way around.
But you know, honestly, I wouldn't trade nothing for my journey.
I wouldn't either.
Honestly, because I feel like
this
is how I was brought up. It makes me grateful. It makes me thankful. You know, it makes me realize that church people are not perfect. I'm church people. We're not perfect.
Right.
But like I said earlier, my relationship with God is what keeps me going to church. Because if I looked at the people and how they've treated us over the years, we wouldn't go to church. I would sit home and watch Osteen.
Yeah.
But my relationship with God, the love that I have for the saints, regardless to if they talking about me, whatever, calling me ugly, say we look ugly on conversations. Hey, it does not, you know what? I'm going on in Jesus' name. I'm going on. I'm saved and I'm going on.
Yeah. So can we, so my church will be having this big debate. Can we talk about this church hurt thing?
Let's talk about it.
Can we just talk about?
Let's talk about church
I want to
hurt.
get y'all opinion on this.
Let's do it.
Because I've been teaching this in my church. I feel like the church is the only institution that one person can stain the entire thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a bunch of apples. One person can mess up
the entire thing. I understand we got some crazy pastors, some crazy prophets, apostles, whatever you want to call them. They all out there. Some of them wilding out. I get it.
Right.
But I don't think we should classify the entire institution based on
that is correct.
Because if not, I'm school hurt.
Right.
I'm hospital hurt.
Work hurt.
I'm work hurt.
Traffic hurt.
I'm Chick-fil-A hurt.
Really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Like, why do we classify that instead of saying I had a bad experience
at
with
that
place? At that place.
Come on.
At that place. It's like I found another church to go to, but I don't blacklist them all.
Come on.
It's frail people.
Yeah.
In a position of power.
Yeah.
That are human too.
That's right.
That's right.
Most definitely.
We say some crazy stuff. We do some crazy stuff.
Right.
I understand we're supposed to be anointed and gifted and trust the Lord,
but you're human.
But you will mess up sometimes.
Oh, most definitely.
And see, I think Nesha and I were talking about that too.
Talk to
because we were saying that in situations like that, of course, people are not perfect, so we have more of a compassion because we understand
because we are those people.
Yes,
we are those people that were down and out, left behind, dirty, need another chance.
Yes. Give me another chance.
Come on.
I agree. I had a guy tell me one time that, and this was at church, I promise y'all, and I have probably a few witnesses if they listening. This man told me to lift my hands up in front of people, and he said, now you pray to the Lord, and I bowed my head, and he said, repeat after me. I was okay. He said, Lord. I said, Lord, please forgive me. I said, please forgive me for eating too many French fries.
There you go.
You're lying to me.
I'm not lying.
Now, if Erica would have stopped going to, she just would have frowned up on it.
I told you I'm saved.
Don't you laugh, Jay.
And I'm going on.
She's been eating too many fries.
Because I've been eating too many French fries. Now I said, now come on, sir.
Now, what if she would have stopped going to church because
that's
that
not,
one
that's not gonna stop me,
person
That's
so true.
did that to her?
Yeah, that's what
she would have stopped receiving what God said. Now, God did not tell that man to tell her that.
And maybe I do eat too many French fries.
I mean,
he was being mean.
Can we sit up and believe everything that the prophet says? God did not tell her that. Tell him that.
And I was like, well,
but look at it's another guy. There was another guy we seen on one of the blogs where the pastor told the lady she needs to put on a good bra.
Yeah, that's why she didn't have a husband.
So we can't look. Men are men. These, like you said, they're human, and they're gonna mess up. The flesh will get all in the way.
Not the French.
Yeah, French fries. Yeah, French fry ministry.
That is sad, y'all. But we supposed to respect the man of God.
And I do.
The people that say him. But like my grandfather used to say before we get off of here, some were sent and some just went.
Oh,
everybody was not called. My grandfather told us that long time ago.
Because you want to have some character, some integrity about
what
you're doing.
Come on.
Period.
Finish us off.
We're finna get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna
Go
drop
ahead.
it at 7:42.
Let's do it.
I feel if more pastors would learn how to serve and stop being bastards and leaving the church prematurely without the accurate covering, we'll have a lot of less damaged people out here.
She's out. Get the sheets! Get the sheets! Get the sheets! Get the sheets!
What did you say? Say it again, Reverend.
So that's the issue. I learned how to serve under my dad.
Right.
So I learned how to not be hungry for a platform. So now you get an immature guy that didn't want to serve, but I'm going to go start a church to have a platform to mislead people.
And say
I'm going to say, I have no covering. I have nobody holding me accountable. I don't have nobody talking to me. I don't have nobody governing me. So I'm a bastard out here with no pride.
Sister Gayla said, yes, indeed. Anita James say that. You hit the nail on the head. The fallout sheets. Get the sheets. Get the sheets. Listen, y'all.
Listen, but you know what? That's what I can say about my uncle. You just hit it on the nose because he has someone that he can serve under.
Yes.
That's why my uncle is so meek and mild, and he knows how. Really? 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 That's why he's meek and mild. That's why he knows how to serve his people. He knows how to be a person.
Yes.
He don't have to be. I'm the pastor.
Come on.
I'm the God. I have the God complex.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like.
Come on, Reverend T.
James say teach and preach.
Teach and preach.
There you go.
Woo, Jesus. Listen, this was wonderful.
It was.
This was wonderful. Y'all give it
nice
up one big time.
Jason Meachum, preach me.
Wait a minute. Before we leave, I want everybody to type that in tonight. Preach me.
Preach me.
Hashtag preach me on tonight. Stop leaving the churches without anybody to lead them.
Yes, man. Oh my God.
Bastards.
And it's in the bastard in the Bible.
Huh? Yeah, it's just a lack of covering.
Yeah.
So
Lack of covering.
That's when you have no covering or accountability.
Woo.
And so you can basically go out here, and so now you're basically running rogue to do what you want to do when nobody say, hey, stop. No, that's wrong. You shouldn't get up and say something like, I know you're in your feelings.
I know you can pass.
I know you look like she eat a lot of French fries.
Yeah, but the pulpit's not for that.
Yeah.
The pulpit's not for that. That's not your time. You know, that kind of stuff.
Somebody gonna preach that Sunday morning. Y'all get ready. We love y'all for tuning in.
Thank you all for tuning in.
We love y'all for tuning in, man. Listen.
Thank y'all so much.
This was a wonderful conversation. I hope something was said or done that'll make you look.
Preach me.
We just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We always leave with the saying, Erica. Do we have any announcements? Anything we want to say? We want to thank you guys.
Going on with Starlight?
Yeah,
what's going on at Starlight? On Friday. We got the Bible Trivia Night at 7 o'clock, 9202 Willow Street.
Cool.
And then Saturday, we're volunteering at the Sylvester Turner Fun Day in the Park Saturday.
Cool.
All
So if
right.
y'all in the Acres Home area, come out with our mayor Saturday.
Cool.
Pastor of the
Saturday?
Starlight.
It starts at 2
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. at the Sylvester Turner Park.
Give me some braids. I take my wig off.
Oh, we're not doing them Good Friday.
No, okay.
Well, Nesha and I and
What are y'all
Aaron,
doing?
we are going to be working on a Mother's Day production.
Yes.
Y'all stay tuned
Yes.
for that. Yay, the
Mother's Day.
Cortez sisters. So you
Love
guys
it.
stay tuned. We'll have more information coming shortly
I
after.
love it.
And we're going to end with be blessed,
Don't stress.
clean up your mess.
And God will handle the rest.
Yes, he will.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Yes, it is.